Recording. So thanks everyone for joining me today. And for any of you guys that are guests, I just want to welcome you. And I just want to say thank you for just saying yes to a friend who asked you to take a look at this information. I think now more than ever, the information that we're going to be sharing is so incredibly important for all of us with what we have going on in our environment today. So my name is Brenda Geary, and I'm super excited to be sharing with you. Let me go ahead and share my slide. I want to introduce you to who you're going to be listening to today. So my husband and we have been involved with this company since August of 2011. And my background was corporate America. I was a vice president of human resources for almost 20 years with a Fortune 500 company. And I absolutely loved what I did. Absolutely love helping people, love building teams. I love being an employee advocate. And I was thriving in my career. And so at the height of my career, I got sick. And literally from 2004 to 2011, I spent all of those years trying to get my health back. And during that time, I really feel like I lost who I was. I forgot what it felt like to be well. I don't know how many of you guys can relate to that. So my passion for partnering with this company comes from my own personal journey and how my body function has been, how I've been able to regain my body function because of the products I'm going to be sharing with you today. And I tell people often that you may not have my story, but I share my story because I don't want you to have a journey like mine. You can see some of these pictures here. I was in bed 20 hours a day. I was on 24 prescription medications. I had a number of issues, and then I got diagnosed with cancer. So to be able to sit here today and share with you from a place of no longer being on pharmaceuticals, from a place of being much more vibrant and alive is truly a blessing. So I want to share with you, so I'm going to be sharing with you the products that I'm passionate about because they help our bodies function better. And then the business piece I have become incredibly passionate about because when I was at the height of my career, well, actually in 2008, 2009, you guys will remember when the economy crashed. As a human resources leader, it was my job to fly around the country, laying off 60% of my population. It was absolutely devastating. And you guys were experiencing that devastation right now in so many parallel ways. And so what I learned and what I've become so passionate about is whatever you're doing today for your job, do it because you love it and because it pays the bills, right? But always have a secondary source of income for the what if. What if life happens? What if someone in your life becomes ill? What if something unexpected happens in the economy like what's happening right now? So having that plan B is something that you have more in control. And if you're a busy person like I was, you could just build it in, well, like I was before I got sick, you just build it in the nooks and crannies of your life. Okay, so that is why, so today I'm just going to be sharing from my heart. For those of you guys that are listening today, just interested in the products, that's fantastic. 80% of LifeVantage is simply people that love the products. But if you're even in the least bit curious about the business, I really want you to listen closely to that piece as well. It may or may not be for you, but it may be for someone that you'll be able to bless. So what I'm going to start off by doing is sharing our story. So today you're going to be learning a number of new words. You may not be familiar with Nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is the science of using plant-based nutrition to impact how our genes express. We are not subject to, because my mom or my dad were sick with XYZ, I'm bound to get it. We absolutely have much more control over how our genes express than we've ever been led to believe. Okay, and we're going to get into that. So if you can take plant-based ingredients, all natural, and they impact how your genes express, you've got power. And yes, you've got to exercise, and yes, you have to, drink lots of water and a bunch of those other things. But foundational is what's going on from a genetic perspective, from a gene perspective. Okay, so the start of our story is with an ABC primetime investigative report. It aired back in 2005, and it's the start of our story. So I'm going to share that with you. I'm just going to share a small portion of it. But as you're watching it, I want you guys to ask yourselves, if this is true, who needs to know about it? And if this is true, can I build a business from home, from the comfort of my home, using technology, using a smartphone to get this information in front of a lot of people? And so why do we share the ABC Primetime from 2005? I love sharing it because it's not a company video. It's an investigative report. We made a claim that our flagship product lowers this thing called oxidative stress by an average of 40% in 30 days. That's a huge claim. So much so that ABC sent John Quinones, you guys may remember him, he's an award-winning investigative reporter. They sent him to do an investigation of our company and the claim. So we're gonna watch that, and a lot has happened. Some people think it's dated, the ABC Primetime, but you know what? I still love watching it. And so a lot has happened since that ABC Primetime aired. When I come back, I'm gonna bring you guys up to speed on what happened since the ABC Primetime, other products that we have, but let's start off with that ABC Primetime now.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough. It may not look like the fountain of youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
It wouldn't be the first time I've given blood for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. It's like the running of an engine is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress. We all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
How often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called PROTANDIM, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of PROTANDIM a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. PROTANDIM is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Xylibum marianum, are more exotic. High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks,
Even mental disease.
yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes PROTANDIM says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Awesome. So that is So that is just a small portion of the ABC Primetime Report that my husband and I saw back in 2011. If you want to see that video and a little bit more, you can go to our website. It's www.biohackandactivate.com. That's www.biohackandactivate.com. And you can also take a look at some other links there, okay? So my husband and I, we saw this video back in 2011. My personal issue, I said absolutely yes, because of the things I was going through. And it's changed our lives. You guys you saw that, you see me now, and I'm just so much healthier because I said yes. So let's go back a little bit. So that ABC Primetime aired back in 2005. There were a lot of people like you and I that were watching TV that night, and a lot of people ordered the product. But the problem is that Dr. McCord and other researchers that he was working with, they weren't ready for the onslaught of orders that came through. So most people did not get their products. And what should have been a really golden opportunity, it really fizzled away. But there was another group of people that were watching that ABC Primetime that night. There were doctors and researchers who understood how big a deal lowering oxidative stress is. And because of their interest, and they wanted to take a look at what would lowering oxidative stress do for a number of issues that they were interested in, that's really what kept LifeVantage afloat in those early days. One of the things I love about LifeVantage is that, yes, we are publicly traded. We're on the NASDAQ. As a business person, that matters to me, because what that tells me is that all the financials are transparent. So we're on the NASDAQ. We're on the Russell 3000. In fact, we recently rang the closing bell on the NASDAQ, which was pretty phenomenal to have that recognition. And the little thing that most people don't know is that PROTANDIM NRF2, this company was never intended to be a network marketing company. PROTANDIM NRF2 was actually sold on the store shelves, GNC, Rite Aid, Walgreens. But the problem is, if you're like me and never knew what oxidative stress was, before you watched this video, before you saw that ABC Primetime, you wouldn't have bought it. It was sitting on the store shelves at GNC next to vitamin C, vitamin E. So people were buying something that was familiar, okay? So it wasn't selling. So in 2009, they brought in a consultant to potentially sell the company. But when he saw that ABC Primetime, he made the recommendation. He said, you guys have a product that's ahead of its time. It's got a story that needs to be sold. And the best way to sell a product that has a story is person to person, like we're doing right now with me explaining the benefits to you. Initially, the company did not want to go person to person. They didn't want to go network marketing. They tried online, that did not work. So finally in 2009, they did make the switch. And making the switch was absolutely the right decision, because our sales went from roughly 10 million a year to now we're over a $230 million company. We've been featured on ABC, NBC, PBS, Today, the Wall Street Journal, and the research and the validation around what we have has just gotten better and better, and the benefits for people as well. So let's go back a few seconds. What is oxidative stress? Like I said, if you're like me, I had no idea what it was, but we all have oxidative stress. The environment that we are in, you know, just if you're breathing air, oxidative stress, you'll have it, right? But then there's environmental factors that even make oxidative stress more. So the water that we're drinking, the air that we're breathing, you know, EMFs, gasoline, the radiation from cell phones, all of those things contribute to oxidative stress. A real easy visual for oxidative stress is you cut an apple, you let it sit, it turns brown. That's what's happening to the cells of our body. You can see that on the right-hand side of the slide there. What's happening from a normal cell to a cell with oxidative stress. So you should care about oxidative stress, because like in the ABC Primetime, Dr. McCord and Dr. Crapo talked about how it's linked to so many bad things, all the things that we don't want. What I also love about this, being a business person, is I love all of the medical validation. You know, peer-reviewed research is the gold standard of medical validation. And I love that we have 26 published peer-reviewed studies on an all-natural branded product. Think about that. You can't patent green tea, you can't patent milk thistle, but in order to get a patent, you have to show that whatever it's doing is substantially different than anything else in the market. And so we have 7 US patents protecting the, our flagship product. And I look at Louisiana State University. I look at Harvard, Texas Tech, Ohio State. Look at the American Heart Association. These are reputable, prestigious research institutions that have spent their money doing peer-reviewed research on a branded supplement. That's a big deal, and it sets what we have apart from other things out there. So our flagship product, NRF2, made of 5 plant ingredients. It's lowering that oxidative stress, which is linked to why we age and why we have age-related issues by an average of 40% in 30 days. It's supporting that natural cell, supports natural cell repair and rejuvenation. And what I love about this is that individuals that are athletes, Olympians that are subject to being drug tested, they can take this product safely and with assurance because we have that, we are approved by the Banned Substances Control Group. We've got that certification. That means that these products will not test for any banned substances. That's a big deal. The other thing that we have is that NSF certification, and that means that every batch is tested. It means that what's on the bottle, what's on the label is what's in the pills, okay? And that's a big deal because there's a lot of products out there that what you see on the label is not what's in the pills or in the bottle. So there's our PROTANDIM NRF2. Why is it a big deal? Why is reducing oxidative stress a big deal? Why is this product a big deal? You know, we've all heard that technology change the world, right? We're on Zoom technology. This didn't exist years ago, right? We're using cell phones. Most folks are not using rotary phones. We're using high-speed internet. We're not using the dial-up. Well, in the world of nutrigenomics, the technology advancement as well. How many of you guys have ever heard of direct antioxidants or antioxidants? We've been taught to take antioxidants because they're good for the body, right? They get rid of these bad guys called free radicals. Well, for what we knew at the time, taking direct antioxidants was a good idea, right? But a technology advancement is turning on our body's own antioxidant enzymes, which are much more effective at fighting free radicals. So if you take a direct antioxidant, which are your fruits and your veggies, one antioxidant molecule that you consume will only neutralize 1 free radical. But when you turn on your body's own enzymes, just one of your body's own enzymes will neutralize 1 million free radicals per second, every second. That is huge. So Dr. McCord, he has a lovely analogy. And by the way, I'm not telling you guys not to eat your fruits and veggies. You need your fruits and veggies from their vitamin and mineral content, okay, for that benefit. But when it comes to fighting that free radical damage, it's just not good enough. So here's a lovely example from Dr. McCord. He says, imagine that your house is on fire. Our bodies are on fire with that free radical damage, right? He says, would you put a house fire out with a cup of water? It's just not effective. But what if you had a fire hose in every single room of the house? It's going to be much more effective of putting that fire out. That's the same thing with taking antioxidants or activating your body to produce its own antioxidant enzymes. And that is what PROTANDIM NRF2 does. It is a new innovation in activating our bodies to fight that free radical damage. And the way that it does it is by activating this pathway in the body called the NRF2 pathway. I'm not going to get sciencey on you guys here, but what I want you guys to understand about the importance of activating that pathway and is this research that was done out of Washington State University. That pathway has been researched heavily, and these doctors out of Washington State, they said that activating NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine. That is a powerful statement. And that statement is not being made by LifeVantage. That statement is being made by these doctors at Washington State University. And PROTANDIM NRF2 is an all-natural NRF2 activator. Are there going to be pharmaceutical versions of it out there? Absolutely. In fact, there are a couple. But in studies, we continue to show that our NRF2 activator is more powerful. Okay, so our company, what we pride ourselves in is we're looking at the whole body, and we're looking at wellness on several levels, and specifically by activating specific pathways and dealing with specific, what we call theories of aging. So the first theory of aging we've addressed is that oxidative stress causes disease and dysfunction. Another theory of aging that we address is that mitochondrial theory of aging. As we age, our bodies make less mitochondria, and our mitochondria become damaged. And so that leads to a number of issues. If you're curious about what types of issues, I would go to pubmed.gov and type in mitochondrial function or mitochondrial dysfunction and any issue that you're interested in. Or go to Google Scholar, and you'll see the types of issues related to mitochondrial dysfunction. So our company has figured out, LifeVantage has figured out a way to turn on your body's ability to boost mitochondrial production and their ability to network. The mitochondria are the powerhouse of the cell. So this particular product, once again, is made up of 5 plant ingredients, and it's improving your cellular energy. Another pathway, or another thing that we do, if you will, is we address the issue of NAD and sirtuins. And you guys, I know that I'm throwing out a lot of words at you, new words, but I would write down NAD and I would write down sirtuins. You can go to pubmed.gov or go to Google and Google these terms, and you're going to understand why activating your body's ability to produce more of these is a big deal. As we age, our body's production of NAD goes down, right? NAD goes down, sirtuins go down. And again, that's a big deal. In fact, Dr. David Sinclair said that if we didn't have sirtuins, we would be dead within 30 seconds. So once again, our company has figured out how to activate our body to produce more of this. So are there some NAD supplements on the market? The answer is yes. You can see here in the lower right-hand corner that our closest competitor activates the increase, or they increase sirtuin production by about 2%. Not a whole lot. PROTANDIM NAD increases that sirtuin activity by 100% in just 24 hours. And that's a big deal. And you see here, supports healthy longevity, supports mental focus and concentration, supports mood and motivation. And so that's important for you. And what I love is, each product by themselves excites me. You guys can probably tell sometimes I trip over my words because I'm excited because of what this is doing for our bodies. So one of the things we were curious about as a company is this. We know what the benefits of each of these products are individually, but is there a synergy? Is there an added benefit when you take all 3 of them together? And what they found was absolutely yes. You can see here in the chart that, just for example, antioxidant detoxification, PROTANDIM does it by 40% in 30 days. But look at the benefit by up to 78% when you stack the 3 together. And you can continue to just look at the difference between taking the individual product and then the synergy of the 3 together. Just an exponential benefit. We talked about our 3 key activators. The company continues, we LifeVantage continue to have other things that we could do from all over body wellness. How many people do you know out there drink Monster, Rockstar, 5-Hour Energy? People are looking for ways to have greater energy, but those are really toxic drinks. So our company came out with a drink called AXIO, which is smart energy. We like to call it brain food. So it helps you with that energy boost that you're looking for without the jitters, without the crash, but it also helps with brain focus, mental clarity, mental focus. There's a decaf version, there's a caffeinated version. It's low carb, low calorie, vegan. It's I drink it every single day because, you know, even though I'm off of, I'll just be honest with you, I've had amazing, amazing results on our Tri-Synergizer products, but because I've had cancer and because I have had chemo, I still have brain fog. So I use this and the science of what this does for my brain to help me with that as an issue that I continue to have. Another key issue, another key solution that we provide is for gut health. And right now with what's going on, supporting you and your immune function is super, super important. One of the things that we can all do to support our overall immune health is to have a good probiotic, because 70 to 80% of our overall wellness, our immune function starts in our gut. So what many people don't know is that most probiotics, when you consume them, the stomach acid destroys the healthy bacteria. And so only about 4% of that, the bacteria gets to the gut. With our patented technology called BioHACK, you get 60% surviving the stomach acid, so much more than your standard probiotic. And you guys don't buy into the whole yogurt thing. That's all marketing, because when you consume yogurt, that bacteria, that healthy bacteria is just dying because of the stomach acids. So the other thing that sets our probiotic apart is the fact that it also has Wellmune, which is boosting your immune system, and it's also time released. It's really important that whatever probiotic you consume be time released. And then we have an omega that is helping support cognitive, heart, and skin health. It's got omega-3 in it, and it's got omega-7 in it. It doesn't have omega-6. We get plenty of omega-6s, you guys, from what you're eating. What I love that sets this omega apart is that it's super clean. We're able to trace where we got it from boat to bottle. And then we have some other products, which I'm not going to go into the details of, but if you want more information specifically on these products, you can get that information from whoever invited you to this webinar, but just really brief, and they can give you much more detail. We have a NRF2 for the skin. I love this skincare product, you guys. The reason we have it is that LSU, they've done studies on our product and cancer. Okay, they were interested in what would lowering oxidative stress do for skin cancer. And because of the research that they've done, which is available on pubmed.gov, okay, they came back to the company and they said, can you take the science of what NRF2 does in the body and create a topical application? So this is the very first patented, 2 patents on a skincare product that's NRF2, literally slowing down cellular aging. And then we have NRF2 for the hair. We also have a weight management system, which is a whey protein, a fat burner that really targets that visceral fat. And also, if you're taking a probiotic, it's really important that you take a prebiotic. I love our prebiotic. Prebiotics are literally fertilizer. They're food for the probiotic, really important. And then we have PETANDIM. How many of you guys know someone that absolutely just loves their furry friend? And that sometimes we have people in our lives that will do more for their dogs, cats, and horses, for their pets, than they do for themselves. People started seeing what PROTANDIM was doing in humans, and they started using it for their dogs. So the company came out with a product that is specifically formulated for the metabolism of dogs. But again, whoever invited you to watch this webinar, if you've got a cat, we've got solutions for cats and ways that you can give it to your cat, and then also horses. But the benefits for them are pretty amazing. So I've just really briefly gone through our product catalog. You can see that we have got products in key multi-billion-dollar sectors. So if you're listening to this webinar today and you are just wanting to come to hear about the products, we love you. Just be a customer, get back to whoever invited you and have them tell you pricing. They can help you out with different configurations of products. But if, as I've been talking, you've been thinking about people that need to know about these products, and you're also thinking, you know what? Times are changing. There's a lot going on in our economy right now, and I need to build a plan B. I need to have another source of income. My husband and I, we said yes to building another source of income because when I could no longer do my corporate job, I lost that high six-figure income. And because of my health challenges, I need to be able to do something that I can do it at my own pace when my energy is the highest. So we said yes to building this business starting back in August of 2011, and it's changed our lives. So let's talk a little bit about that. We are operating in the new gig economy. You know, folks are driving Uber, they're driving for Lyft, folks are renting out rooms in their houses. But when people are doing those things, it's one-to-one. So for example, you drive for Uber, you get your fare, you have to keep on showing up to drive for Uber. You have to keep on renting out a room in your house. What I love about building this business, you guys, is the idea of creating leveraged income. We have products that people need and want and use, and they're buying them month after month after month. That builds stable, reoccurring income that goes on with or without us, right? I love the types of, I said before, I love that LifeVantage is a publicly traded company. These are just an example of some of the shareholders in LifeVantage. You're going to recognize several big names. And again, it goes back to credibility. Why would these huge institutional investors be investing in a network marketing company? It's because we're rock solid and the science of the products that we have is rock solid. So can people make money in this? I will tell you, I'd never done network marketing before. My husband had been with one other company. What I love about this is it's not get rich quick. Number one, if anyone ever tells you it's get rich quick, they're lying to you. I love the integrity of our company because we spend time mentoring people and we don't do hype. We're not a bikinis and Lamborghinis company. We're a company that's focused on what is it that you want. So here's our income disclosure statement. And again, what I love about it is that it's been vetted, right? And so we've got ranks. Because of my corporate background, I think in terms of pay grades, right? So pro distributor through executive master pro 10. So the rank simply means how much volume, how much product is flowing through each person's online store. So just as an example, a Pro 1 has $1,000 worth of product flowing through their online store on a monthly basis. Average income of a Pro 1 is $67 a month. That's reoccurring leveraged income. A Pro 2 has $2,500 a month of product flowing through their business. Their average income is $254. So it takes time. It takes commitment to build. But once you build it, you guys, it's pretty amazing, the stability. So what I say to folks when I'm sharing this is this. Here you have our pro levels, right? Who would like to make an extra $254, an extra $636, right? For some people, that's going to make all the difference in this economy, in this from a make or break it perspective. And then some other folks, they're saying, well, you know what, that doesn't incentivize, and this doesn't incentivize me at all. Some people are looking for that extra $2,900, or my husband and I, we're pro 6s in the company right now, right? And then others are looking for walk away income, right? So this is the number. So I always say, when you look at these monthly averages, what's the number that would make it worth your time? It's not about me. It's not about the person that invited you to watch this webinar. It really is about, if you're looking at this from a business perspective, what's the number that would make it worth your time to learn, to say yes, to lock arms with a team of people that are invested in your success as well. And if any of these numbers is a number that you're interested in, get back with the person that invited you to watch this and let them know what your goals are. And then based upon what your goals are, then we'll help you to put a plan together to make that happen. Again, not get rich quick. You've got to be coachable. You've got to learn our system. I love that we have tremendous mentorship. We've got webinars, we've got online resources. So depending on how much time you're willing to invest, we can help you to create some passive leveraged income. One of the things I wanted to highlight for you is why is, timing is important in any business. So there's this adaptation curve, and we're right about here. I highlight this because 80% of the growth of a business happens during momentum. Right here, pre-momentum. The Direct Selling Association says that if you can get involved in the network marketing business when it has between 135 to 150,000 distributors per country, it's a chance of a lifetime. Right now, LifeVantage has just about 80,000 distributors worldwide. So you would be getting in early. Again, it takes time and it takes work, but we're not saturated. You've got plenty of room to grow, and it's not too late for you. There are a number of ways to get started. We actually have 3 packages. There's a $350 package, a $650 package, and a $1250 package. It's a one-time investment. Each package comes with products, so you decide what product configuration you want. I like to recommend, I say get in where you fit in, but if you get in with the $650 or the $1250 package, you at least have access to all of our products so that you at least can have an experience with them, okay? And what I love about this business as well is that you get a replicated website. You look on the right-hand side. These are all the corporate assets that you get by saying yes to that one-time investment. So we're not delivering product. We're not hoarding product in our home. I love that our customers, they go to our website, they place an order, and the product goes directly to them from the company. So I am not that person that people are saying, hey, Brenda, do you have some extra product laying around? Can you deliver it to me? I love the simplicity of our model. We get paid a number of different ways. We have compensation for those of you guys that might be interested in digging more into how we get paid. But what I'll share here briefly is this. Part of our compensation pays us from a weekly perspective. We get weekly checks, and then we also get a monthly leveraged income check. You can build this business by gathering simply consumers, and then you can also build by looking for other people that want to be business partners with you, because that way more people will hear about it, right? So there's Smart Start bonuses, there's global revenue sharing. As a human resources professional, you guys, I've put together compensation plans in my past. And when I took a look at this compensation plan and really started to understand it, it's super powerful how we get paid. So you guys, I think I'll leave with this. I love companies that aren't just focused on themselves. What I love about LifeVantage is that we also are really interested in committing to having a global footprint. This is just an example of some of the things that we've done through our LifeVantage Legacy organization. Families Helping Families, Wells for Life, Wounded Warrior Project. And I'm going to stop sharing now. Just 1 second. So there are so many reasons I get excited about this company. And one of the biggest things as a human resources professional is the mentorship. The fact that if you're considering this business today, you'll not be doing it by yourself. And if you're thinking to yourself, I cannot do what that lady just did for 40 minutes because I'm not a science person. You don't need to be a science person. The only reason I'm able to sit here and share with you is because I have passion for the products, I have passion for this industry, and it's my conviction. And it's because I've plugged into the systems that LifeVantage has, and I've plugged into the mentorship. What I love about this business, you guys, is that you don't have to have all the answers. I love that we work as a team. I love that I can say to someone, if they say to me, well, I don't know about that, or that if someone asks me a question, I can easily say, you know what, that's a great question. Let me connect you to someone that can help us get that answer together. So you guys, I want to say thank you for hopping on today. If you're here again for just the products, get back to the person that invited you and let them know. But either way, I'll say this, get back to the person that invited you to this. Don't leave them hanging, because it took a lot of guts to reach out to someone and invite them to take a look at this information. Let them know, guess what? I'd love the products, tell me more. Let them know that I'm all in with the products and the business, or if it's not for you, that's okay. You're probably thinking about some people that it might be for. Let them know, be a source of referrals. So you guys, have a fantastic day. Thank you for hopping on today. Be blessed. Take care.